You train hard 4 or 5 times a week. You lift heavier and heavier weights. You feel your muscles burning. But when you step on the scale, nothing. The weight doesn't go down. Your belly is still there. And you wonder, what's wrong? Today, I'm going to explain exactly why training hard doesn't guarantee weight loss. Look, I know it sounds contradictory. We see those intense workout videos, people sweating, lifting absurd weights, and we think, man, that burns a lot of fat. But the reality is very different, and understanding this will completely change the way you train. First, let's look at the real numbers. A heavy weight training session, a whole hour of hard training, burns between 200 and 300 calories. That's right, 200 to 300. Do you know how much that represents? A French roll with butter, 2 slices of pizza, a glass of soda with a chocolate bar. You train for an hour, give it your all, and burn the equivalent of a snack. Meanwhile, if you eat uncontrollably during the day, you can easily consume 2,000 to 2,500 calories. See the math? It doesn't add up. You burn 300 calories in the workout and eat 2,500 in the day. Calorie deficit? 0. And there's more. Heavy training increases your hunger. This is science. When you train intensely, your body releases hormones that increase appetite. Ghrelin goes up, leptin goes down. Result? You leave the gym starving. And then what happens? You eat more than you burned. I see this every week. A guy leaves the workout and goes straight to the snack. He eats that full plate, thinks he deserves it because he trained hard. But in reality, he just consumed more calories than he burned in the entire workout. It's shooting yourself in the foot. Now, does this mean that heavy training is bad? No. Heavy training is excellent. It builds muscle, increases strength, improves body composition. But it alone does not make anyone lose weight. And that's the truth the fitness industry doesn't like to tell you. Let me explain the science behind it. Weight loss happens when you're in a caloric deficit. That is, you need to burn more calories than you consume. It's simple math. If you consume 2,000 calories and burn 2,500, you lose weight. If you consume 2,500 and burn 2,000, you gain weight. And the workout? The workout is only one part of the calorie expenditure equation, a small part, in fact. Most of your expenditure comes from your basal metabolic rate. These are the calories your body burns just to keep you alive. Breathing, pumping blood, maintaining body temperature. And you know what increases basal metabolic rate? Muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. That's why heavy training helps with long-term weight loss, not because it burns a lot of calories during the workout, but because it builds muscle that burns calories all day long. But this is a slow process. You don't build muscle overnight. It takes months, years. Meanwhile, if your diet is a mess, you won't lose weight. It's that simple. So, what's the solution? The solution has 3 pillars. First pillar, diet. You need to be in a calorie deficit. There's no way around it. You can train like crazy, but if you eat more than you burn, you won't lose weight. Control your diet. Count your calories, at least in the beginning, to have an idea of how much you're eating. Second pillar, strength training. Keep training hard. Why? Because you want to preserve muscle while losing weight. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body can burn muscle along with fat. Heavy training signals to the body, hey, I need this muscle, don't burn it. Third pillar, strategic cardio. Cardio burns more calories than weight training. An hour of moderate running burns 500, 600 calories, twice as much as weight training. So add cardio to your routine. It doesn't have to be every day, but 3 or 4 times a week makes a difference. And look, some people say, oh, but cardio burns muscle. That's a myth. Excessive cardio without proper nutrition, yes, can affect muscle. But moderate cardio, 30 to 40 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, it only helps. It burns extra calories and improves conditioning. Now, let's look at a practical example. Imagine 2 guys. They both eat 2,000 calories a day. Guy Bay only trains hard. He burns 300 in training, plus about 1,800 from basal metabolism. Total, 2,100. A deficit of 100 calories. Will he lose weight? Yes, but slowly. 100 calories a day is about 3 kilos a year. Guy B trains hard and also does cardio. He burns 300 in weight training, plus 300 in cardio, plus 1,800 from metabolism. Total, 2,400, a deficit of 400 calories. Will he lose weight? Yes, and 4 times faster than Guy A, 12 kilos a year instead of 3. See the difference? It's not that heavy training doesn't work, it's that it isn't enough. You need to combine it with diet and cardio. And there's something else, NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. These are the calories you burn in everyday activities. Walking, climbing stairs, cleaning the house, even just standing. And you know what I see? People who train hard for an hour but spend the rest of the day sitting. Very low NEAT. Increase your NEAT. Walk more. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Stand instead of sitting. These small changes add up to hundreds of calories per day, and over a week, a month, it makes all the difference. To recap, heavy training burns few calories during the session. It increases hunger. On its own, it does not guarantee weight loss. The solution? Calorie deficit through diet, heavy training to preserve muscle, cardio to burn extra calories, and increasing NEAT in everyday life. That's what works. It's not sexy, it's not magic, but it's the truth. Weight loss is calories in versus calories out, and heavy training is just a tool, not the complete solution. So, if you've been training hard for months and aren't seeing results on the scale, look at your diet. You're probably eating too much. Adjust that, add cardio, increase NEAT, and you will see results. Guaranteed. If this video opened your eyes, leave a like and share it with someone.